Now, back to Coastal Living on KZTV.
Welcome back, everyone. Now, we've all heard the term history repeats itself, and I think that one of the most significant examples of that term is fashion. So Joslyn, our fashion expert, is going to take us back in time to deliver some fresh looks that are so in right now. So before you ditch those bell bottoms or that classic denim jacket, make sure you're thinking ahead about what to keep and what to leave in the past. It's time for Fashion with Joslyn.
It is Throwback Thursday, and we are throwing it all the way back to flashes of the fashion past from all the way back to the 60s. But before we begin, we want to make sure we're not dressing for Halloween like so. Yeah, definitely don't want that. So let's take some pieces for inspiration of each of these following decades. Let's go back to the 1960s. All right, so when we think of the 60s, we think of bell bottoms and floral prints, which I'm gonna call this flower power. So these two are very trendy, especially today. Bell bottoms are still a hot trend, and why not match them with a floral print top? You don't wanna make it too overbearing, so let's limit the accessories a bit. I'm gonna go ahead and give a shout out to Twiggy for being the inspiration for this look. All right, now moving on to the 70s. Now, we've talked in previous fashion segments how denim is still in style, but guess what has come back? And that's gonna be jumpsuits and overalls. Yes, overalls, I remember wearing those when I was very young, and I'm still rocking them to this day. They're very trendy. So in the 70s, we saw Farrah Fawcett rock the jumpsuits, and today you still can with these trendy looks. Now let's talk 80s. We're all about the big hair, especially, no, this is not big hair, but we love big hair. You know what else is trending right now? Oversized blazers. Now, we can still rock them whether it's to the office or for a night on the town. And speaking of a night out, a good off-the-shoulder dress is the ideal look for a girls' night or a date night. And you saw this look everywhere in the 80s, and you can still see them now. Speaking of an inspiration, Princess Diana wore a few off-the-shoulder gowns to various events. So big shout out to Princess Diana for being the inspiration for this look. And last but not least, we can't forget about the 90s. I love the 90s, especially the 90s fashion, so let's talk a little bit about some looks that are still trending today. Now, if you're thinking about plaid, you're totally right. I'm gonna give this fashion inspo look to the dynamic duo on the movie Clueless, because this is a trend you could still rock today. Another great one that I always like to rock are biker shorts. Biker shorts are such a great trend because I feel that they are flattering on all women, and I love that they're an appropriate length as well. Well, that does it for today's Throwback Thursday fashion. I hope you enjoyed some of these looks, and it brought back some memories of the good old days. And of course, these are some looks that you could still wear to this day and in style.
Coming up next, we have your Coastal Living Daily Challenge. Plus, are you looking for a good flick or a series to get you through the weekend? Well, if you are, grab your popcorn and candy because we have some binge-worthy shows and movies to help you plan the perfect date night or even a solo movie marathon when we return on Coastal Living.
You're watching Coastal Living on KZTV. Get the scoop on all things local by following us on Facebook and Instagram. We'll be right back on Coastal Living.